Well, Congress is ready to send the Democrats' $1.7 trillion spending package to President Biden's desk for final approval. While GOP lawmakers have been outspoken of the bill's careless spending, it passed through the House yesterday with the help of 9 Republicans you see here. Meanwhile, AOC was the sole Democrat to vote against. New York Congressman Lee Zeldin is here to tell us why he, too, was a no vote. Congressman, Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
So the country got this omnibus bill passed by the help of 9 Republicans. What is your reaction?
Well, I was a strong no against this bill. $1.7 trillion, that's a lot of money, and that trajectory of federal spending is out of control. The process is broken, and the House Republicans were cut completely out of the process of creating this bill. What should have happened, because you're in a lame duck session, is that there would be a short-term CR, a continuing resolution. They would just fund the government into the new year. There's a new Congress taking office. And then you would have more of a Republican seat at the table. And as I mentioned, the House Republicans didn't have any. Title 42 and the border security challenges were not properly addressed in this bill. So from the process and the substance, there was a lot of strong opposition by myself and a bunch of my colleagues. And last I would add, I just want to give a shout out. There's a congressman from North Carolina named Dan Bishop. He has a Twitter account at Rep. Dan Bishop. I would encourage people to go to his Twitter account because he lists out the product of a lot of research after reading through over 4,000 pages and finding individual items that just shouldn't have been in the bill.
Well, Lee, that was my question to you. Have you read the 4,155 pages? Clearly, Dan Bishop did. Good on him. Did you get a chance to read it? And what stands out as the most egregious to you?
So first off, most egregious is this overall size of the bill, not just with the amount of pages, but the $1.7 trillion. You have the individual earmarks, individual priorities of members of Congress. It's amazing how many people are renaming buildings after themselves. And I would encourage people to check out Dan's account because, you could read about, the funding that's going towards salmon that makes you, scratch your head a bit and say, well, is this the proper way to be spending federal tax dollars through Congress? Or maybe we should be more fiscally responsible. Hey,
Congressman, I got to get your take on one other story, and that is you nearly became the next governor of New York, and now we learned that the New York legislature gave itself a $32,000 raise despite crime spiking and migrant crisis. And now Governor Hochul has to decide whether or not she'll sign this thing or not. You can see they'd now make, if passed, $142,000, the highest of any state legislature in the country.
Yeah, that should be vetoed in a heartbeat. You're going back to Albany into a special session just before Christmas. What stockings are you going to be stuffing? They choose to solely stuff their own and take money out of yours in order to be able to stuff their own. What they should be doing is overhauling cashless bail. They should be passing term limits. They should be doing more to tackle the migrant crisis that has come to New York and New York City. So there's so much more that should be done to actually represent New Yorkers, but instead they're just out there representing themselves. It's pretty outrageous. A $32,000 pay raise just in time for their own Christmas.
Wow. How about that? Congressman Lee Zeldin, Merry Christmas. Thanks for taking time today. We'll see if Governor Hochul decides to sign it. Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Griff.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.